Welcome to the Wandering Story Show, a place where your mind will be tested, where the sounds are vivid, and in the darkness, the shadows whisper. Every week, your ears will be filled with narrated short stories. What kind of stories, you ask? Well, they could be spooky, filled with fantasy, science fiction, suspense, or just plain weird and wrong. You be the judge. If you like having your imagination taken for a wild and strange ride, you're in the right place. My name is Elaine, and I'll be your guide for these wandering stories. This week, I bring to you a story so eerie, it'll make you think twice before going on a long jog alone. It may give you pause when you're clicking around on your computer, completing a photo reCaptcha online. Now, your opinion matters, so after listening to this story, let us know what you thought about it by giving us a review or DMing us on Instagram at Wandering Story Show. You can follow us there as well, so you don't miss an episode. And now, episode 1. Imagine a young woman. She's on her laptop, sitting in a cheap computer chair at her desk, alone in her small one-bedroom apartment, clicking away. reCaptcha by Blair Daniels. Have you ever seen a photo reCaptcha? Instead of a checkbox, it's a low-quality photo split into 16 square sections. It'll say something like, select all squares with street signs, and you have to click every square that contains a street sign. At 11 p.m. on Sunday night, I got one while downloading free stock images. It was a photo of a path through the forest. Select all squares with people. Okay, that was easy enough. In the center, there was a jogging woman in pink shorts. She took up a few of the middle squares, and I clicked them all. I pressed verify. It didn't work. Select all the squares with people, the message said again. I took my glasses off and placed them on the table and squinted at the image. No, she wasn't the only person. Several feet off the trail at the very edge of the image, I could see it. The edge of an arm clad in a black sweatshirt with a pink thumb poking out. I triumphantly clicked the 2 squares containing it. Verify. The image blinked as it refreshed. Then the same text popped up, as if to taunt me. Select all squares with people. I rubbed my eyes and stared at the image. The trees cast a low-resolution, blocky shadows across the path. The woman's ponytail swung to the left, mid-motion. Patches of yellow sunlight dappled the surrounding forest. I studied some of the darker shadows, far from the path, but none of them matched the silhouette of a person. I glanced at the edge of the image. No. The image had changed. The arm at the edge of the photo was now further in the frame, taking up 3 squares instead of 2. Bulky shoulders and dark jeans followed it, and the jogger was just slightly further down the path, as if she'd just taken a step. The touchpad was slick under my fingers. My heart pounded in my chest. Slowly, I dragged the cursor over the 3 squares and clicked them all. Verify. The image blinked. Select all squares with people. I leapt back from my computer. The image was different. Again. The man was further in the frame, taking up 5 squares. His hand was stretched out towards the jogger, just inches from her shoulder. And the jogger, she was turned towards him, eyes wide, mouth open, in a silent scream. I furiously clicked all the squares. Verify. Loading. Select all squares with people. The man's face was finally in the frame. The hood of his sweatshirt was pulled tightly over his head. A translucent Halloween mask poked out from underneath, pressed against his features. His hand latched onto her arm. She was screaming. Verify. The image disappeared. I passed the reCaptcha. I had reported what I'd seen to the police. At first, they thought I was crazy, but as I gave a detailed description of the images, they frantically took notes and asked me questions. The woman matched the description of a local woman, Kaylee Johnson. She went missing a week ago during an afternoon jog on the wooded Lakewood Trail. She was never found. Well, what did you think? We'd love to hear your thoughts. You can share them with us by reviewing this episode. You can also DM us on Instagram, especially if you have a short story you'd like narrated. Follow us on Instagram at Wandering Stories Show. Episode 2 drops soon, and you can find us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Thank you for listening to the Wandering Stories Show. I'm your host, Elaine, and until next time, let your imagination continue to wander.